All right, episode 3 of the Rich Off Crane podcast. We are back.
Welcome back.
Guaranteed banger. I ain't gonna lie.
One of them ones.
I think I said this last episode.
You gonna say this every episode?
Nah, this was a very productive week though. I
Yeah.
think this is the most productive, and we didn't record last week, so we call it the most productive 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In 2024 so far. Everything is finally in motion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything we were waiting on, everything we planned, finally in motion. And yeah, we're gonna get into that the studio upgrades later in the podcast. But
Yeah, we did a lot.
it's just a blessing. Man. It's a blessing. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start it off with what we used to do in our meetings. What's
Yeah.
one good thing from the week, fam?
One good thing.
Yeah. Great thing.
One great thing.
Yeah, from the past week.
Hey man, we locked in our first retainer client, man.
First retainer client. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Bro, we've wanted that for years.
Yeah. I have a feeling, bro. I have a feeling we're gonna look back at like an episode like this, like 5 years from now, we're at a different point in our business, and be like, yo, damn, the first one.
The first one. And then when you have like 20.
Yeah, when we have like 20 in rotation, bro, it's gonna be like, yo, wow.
Nah, that was the first one, yeah.
What's one good thing?
One good thing from this week.
Mm.
No, it's just always we've been getting booked.
Yeah, bookings have definitely picked up, bro.
Yeah, we've been getting booked on the studio rental side and the photo shoot side. So it's just always a blessing, bro, because
you back in motion.
Yeah, back in motion, and we directly seeing like the results of like our work, the work we putting in, everything we planning out. So for sure, so I'm saying.
Yeah, bro, we did a crazy campaign this week.
Yeah, Valentine's Day campaign.
Hey, man, one of them ones, bro.
Yeah, one of the ones for sure. And as always, gonna put everything on the screen as we speak about it.
This got to be a hit, man.
Yeah, it got to be.
It got to be a hit. It looked like I could see a magazine name behind it, right? Yeah, it's one of them ones, bro. It's one of them ones, man. Everything about it, bro, from the set design to the lighting, I think it's a rich look, bro. Rich look. And then the models fit the aesthetic of the shot, bro. Sure. Trust me. And then everything was done in-house. Styling.
Yeah, everything was done in-house. Styling, floral
set
design.
Everything, yeah.
Set
done
design, painted the blocks. We did everything.
Yeah.
And one second. Let me just put it up right here so I don't miss out no facts.
Yeah.
No nothing. I want to give the real, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. This one of them things they got to see, man.
Yeah.
We got to dive into this one because I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bet. So here we go. Inspo pick for y'all right here. I came across this on Pinterest. And I think it was you that told me these are mannequins. But remember, I thought these are real people, bro.
Yeah, but it's a storefront. It's like
I think Saks. I think it's a Saks storefront.
Yeah.
The way they designed this though, this was their Christmas campaign, was crazy. Immediately caught my eye. And when I seen it, I saw it after Christmas.
Yeah.
So I was almost a little upset and disappointed that we didn't get to do something like a Christmas campaign.
Yeah,
like
because we had plenty of ideas for Christmas campaigns, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, it was just too busy during the season where we weren't able to get any of those looks off. But
exactly.
Yeah, for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I had so I'm saying we had to add our twist to it and really make it because this was so fire. So that was the inspiration.
A good point is how many ways you can get inspiration, though, bro. Because
yeah, for
look
sure.
At that.
Got a Valentine's Day campaign inspiration from a Christmas showcase.
Yeah,
display.
showcase like a display for a store.
So I think we just came up. We was like, yo, we're gonna keep it very monochrome.
Yeah.
Red evening gowns because we wanted it to represent elegance, opulence. A little different from the norm, not to knock nobody, but we always see the bodysuits.
Yeah, Valentine's Day, get naked quick.
Get naked, get naked,
like, real fast.
Yeah, it's a hair shoot. So
it's a hair shoot.
So it's a hair shoot. So we didn't even want that we wanted what matters.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. We wanted to focus on what matters. So, red evening gowns, all red floral, very monochrome. We painted the boxes, the pedestals,
mirrors, everything.
painted that mirror. I believe that was your idea. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's a touch.
Yeah, that was the touch it was missing. Because remember, I'm talking with Key, and I think I called you back to Studio B. I'm like, yo, fam, I just need like,
something that we
something right here. And I feel like that was really the touch that added the dimension and really added the character to the image too.
Yeah, because it brought everything on that side, because there would have been a lot of negative space in that right corner.
Yeah.
But that ended up being such a great addition to that set, bro.
Nah, facts.
Yeah, and pulled everything from the shot together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, beautiful models though.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lala. Shout out to Stacy also.
Yeah.
This was spec work, and we're gonna go in later in the podcast about how to get the most out of spec work. But yeah, shout out to Stacy for really working with us on this.
Yeah, it's so important.
Trusting us too.
It's so important to have like people who trust you.
Yeah.
Because you can start to collaborate with people and get that point of friction, and it just doesn't happen anymore because of that. Or you produce something that you're not happy about, not proud of. But definitely we have good people who are willing to trust you and your vision and bring value to the table, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, great things can happen.
Yeah, definitely. Side note, we already lined up another shoot with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how you know, like, like she understood the vision and she trusted us. The chemistry was there for sure. So I'm gonna get into a little bit of the lighting. This image right here is of the hair light. It kind of served as a fill a little bit too, because it did spill onto the background slightly, as you can see. But this was mainly a hair light. We did a reflector with a 30 degree grid inside, I believe.
Yeah.
And so that picture just shows just exactly how the hair light is, how the hair light showed up, and how that hit everything. Now, the second shot, hair light and key light, and I gotta shout you out again, fam, because when you recommended to do bare bulb
for that hard light,
yeah. So I'm saying, I believe it was because I showed you on camera how it looked like. I just upped the ISO and just took a picture with no strobes or anything.
And I just saw
that shadow,
the ambient light, the shadows that were provided. I'm like, yo, listen, let's just lean
into that.
Yeah, because a lot of times, especially when you're a photographer who shoots with strobes, oftentimes we have this like inclination that we're just gonna go in and get the light that we want. But sometimes you just have to pay attention to what's already there, and embrace what's happening.
Facts.
And kind of go with the flow with it, rather than just going there already with something in mind.
Facts.
Yeah, and this is a prime example of just going with the flow, was already going on, and just like
we ran with it.
Yeah,
we ran with it, and here's the image of, so that's the test shot of like, of course, as we shot and brought the models in, we upped our exposure a little bit on our camera. But that's what it looked like with just the hair light and the key light, which is a bare bulb, Flashpoint Explorer 600. So that came out fire. We're just going to show a couple of clips, couple behind the scene clips of us shooting, and pictures of how those shots came out. These are the edited images.
I was excited first round though. As soon as I started seeing the pictures, I'm like,
no
this
cap,
is it, man.
Stacy was excited too.
Yeah.
I think everybody on set was excited.
Yeah, because I mean,
like,
when you see everything that you plan like come together like that,
perfectly. From the dresses,
it's gonna make you excited.
Yeah, the jewelry. Paid a lot of attention to the jewelry when I was in Windsor. I definitely wanted to, just get some subtle pieces. What
is Windsor?
It's a women's boutique, but they primarily sell like, I don't want to say high fashion things, but it isn't your everyday outfit. So they sell evening gowns, a lot of dresses that women could wear for photo shoots and stuff too. In Coral Square.
Coral Square?
Yeah.
Oh, so right down the street.
Found about it the day before, and I was like, yo, let me go see what they have. And
yeah.
Luckily, So that's how that came out. That was the first look. Now, second look. Another
one of them ones, bro.
Yeah. So the first look, I guess the idea was to just have, shots that would go on a banner. Yeah. On a website. So like general, you don't really know it's a hair shoot yet, but on a banner, on a entrepreneur's banner on their website, it'll look good. You get the feel of let's say they're doing like a Valentine's Day sale, like that opulent vibe. Now, this is where I'm gonna say we got into the nitty and gritty, because we did this lighting for these headshots showcasing this hair.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it wasn't our most ideal circumstance either, because we wanted to shoot with the beauty dish.
With the beauty dish.
Yeah, but of course, you know,
for the small light dome.
Yeah, we run a studio also, so of course, you know, a lot of times some of our equipment is tied up with like photographers who are in the studio.
In studio rent. Yeah, we had a photographer renting the studio. Nate, he was using the beauty dish doing something crazy on the other side too.
Yeah. So we kind of had to, you know, use what we have, but you got to be versatile.
You got to be versatile. Go back to what you was telling them, man.
Yeah, man.
Goes back to what you was telling them.
You got to have it in your bag.
You got to just...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you can make it happen, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
You got to be able to make it happen.
Exactly. Facts.
Yeah.
So, I'm just going to go light by light. So, right here we have just the hair light. This is straight out of camera, unedited. I believe we used a 8200 and a parabolic umbrella directly overhead.
Yeah.
And we didn't use a V flat under her or a reflector under her because we wanted to embrace the mood. We
get some contrast, yeah,
we didn't want to kill that shadow that would show up under her neck or under her eyes. We wanted to keep that, you know, for lack of a better word, sultry vibe that Valentine's like already conveys. So I'm saying, so this was just the hair light. And this was amazing by itself. I mean, they were going crazy.
Yeah, just by itself.
Yeah, just by itself.
It's so funny when people see test shots and they're like,
you like, well, hold on, I ain't done it yet. I ain't done. Let me cook, man. Let me cook. But yeah, so here's where we added the red gel. So the hair light is still hitting her. The hair light is still hitting her from above. And this is where we added the red gel.
Yeah, man.
As a fill on the wall to, you know, just give that gradient look, you know, the gel looks. So I'm saying, so you see how that looks right here. And then finally, all three lights. We had a small light dome just hitting her from a 45-degree angle.
Those are very directional soft boxes, so those those really help with something like this. Yeah.
So it kept the harshness, the contrast.
Yeah.
And really added and embraced the mood that we were going for.
It's very close in light as that beauty dish.
The beauty dish, yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you shoot with a grid.
It was the next best thing we had available.
And we're talking about the aperture light dome at that. That was showing the aperture light dome.
Yeah. Listen.
Different, man.
You just got to be versatile.
You got to be versatile, yeah.
Just got to be versatile.
Yeah.
So this is what it came out with all three looks. As you can see, these are the edited images. Strong. Yeah, we haven't posted them yet.
Yeah.
As of like right now we're speaking.
Maybe when the episode drops, it'll be posted already though.
Yeah, it'll be posted, so you know y'all will see it.
Yeah.
Y'all have already probably seen how it's going.
Interact with it, man. At this point, if you watching this and you ain't liked or commented on that picture,
if you ain't like, comment, or share it, man, come on, please, we appreciate it. But yeah, we have high expectations for these images.
Yeah, man, it's gonna go. It's gonna go, and to have like, yo, when did we shoot this?
Last week Monday.
It's again, bro, so many things have happened this 1 week,
bro. This week was packed with things.
So many things have happened, man, and not to mention flooding the studio.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not gonna lie,
but
I gotta admit
shot,
no, for the shot it was worth it.
Yeah,
but I will admit, dog, I definitely be the one.
Bro, you're the culprit, bro.
I'm always the culprit, bro.
You're the culprit. I feel like the city of Pompano is gonna pull up here one day and they're gonna be like, yo, shut it down.
Yo, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, so
what are y'all
shut
doing?
It down, bro. Oh, Waterville, bro, it's gonna be insane.
Yo, nah, I am terrified of that. Hey, nah, that look better go up.
Yeah, it better
that look better to get us.
But yeah, like it brings us into that look though. Like overall, bro. Again, man, another one, bro.
Yeah, another one.
Another one.
Yeah, Kelsey's maternity shoot, and it was less than ideal circumstances in general. I really appreciate Nate pulling up. Yeah, and I really appreciate Key, our floral designer, really helping out. But you weren't able to
be in studio. Yeah, not until the shoot was already done. Yeah,
it was done. I had to call you after it was flooded. Like, yo, fam, it's mad. What do you gotta pull up?
Yeah, man. I mean, this probably what, like the 4th or 5th time we flooded the studio.
Yeah, it's normal. That's why. I mean, remember, you had to text me first to see if everything was good, because I was like, it's so normal. It's so like normal, I seen the water and I was just like, well, yeah, I gotta mop the studio.
Yeah, because a lot of our shots are outside the box, man. We do a lot of different stuff in studio, and that's one good thing about owning your own creative space. is that you have the freedom and the flexibility to do what you want. Yeah, it's a sacrifice in like having to, the overhead of owning a studio.
Yeah, and the responsibility.
Yeah, but we're able to push the limit on our work where another person who doesn't have the luxury of having a space,
Facts.
whatever, be able to do.
Facts.
Yeah, and Kelsey's shoot was a prime example of that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever done a bad overhead shot though, bro.
Nah, I think you definitely let out with that Cali look.
Yeah, man.
You set the tone with that.
So cause we did Cali, crazy overhead, Diamond, crazy overhead,
and then now
our
we have this. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we can miss with these overheads. And
Mm-hmm.
believe it or not, bro, I really think we should just do a couple more of these and do maybe like an overhead series.
Yeah, just do an overhead series. And I mean, I feel like in our Pinterest, bro, we have mad overhead shots left that we've like have as inspiration. So we might as well just cook them up.
Yeah, the thing about overhead shots, man, you got to know how to light them.
Yeah. So listen. All right. So let me just briefly get into that. So all right. So for the overhead look, for Kelsey's shoot, I struggled. I can't even cap. I struggled.
Yeah.
Because there was so much going on, and I felt pressed for time because of the water. Because it's not until after I'm filling it water, I'm realizing, oh, damn, we have a slow leak.
I'm going to be transparent.
Yeah.
I've never shot an overhead shot that I did not struggle with.
It just comes with the territory.
It just comes with the territory.
Yeah, I don't think, like, we've been shooting years now, and it's still something just a little unnerving, like, about an overhead shot.
There's somebody laying flat.
It's
right?
not flattering.
It's not flattering, bro.
It's not just generally flattering, because gravity literally pulls
your face
all
down.
of that, all of like.
So now you have to consider the focal length that you're shooting at.
Facts.
To bring now this something that's not flattering to some level of compression where it makes sense on camera, right? Mm-hmm. And you have to consider somebody's laying down and they're posing. All the shots that we mentioned or overhead shots have been maternity shots. These people are pregnant and it's hard for them to move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, not to be rude, but they've added a little weight.
Yeah.
And
it's uncomfortable. They literally have another human being like
exactly
inside of them while they have to pose laying down. It's not ideal.
It's not ideal.
Yeah.
So I'm saying.
So you have the added pressure of the expecting mother's fatigue that you see.
Yo, I swear.
Yeah.
Cause it's visible.
The discomfort is visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. So
they're
you have
uncomfortable.
that.
They're trying to lay find a position, and then you're doing rounds and rounds of 10 shots. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, and that was something that was bothering me too. Cause I'm like, all right, the water. I know my time is right there. She's pregnant.
Yeah,
like she's pregnant.
Very
so it's
pregnant.
like, so it's like, yo, and I see her like kind of shifting on the ground. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, it's like anything. You start to think like, yo, all right.
I'm like, damn, I don't have this much time.
Yeah, I don't have time to be messing around with these 10 shots.
Listen, I literally started with 3 lights.
Yeah.
And I only ended up using 1. Because I was just like, bro, listen, let's boil it down to the basics.
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. It reminded me of Diamond Shoot, bro.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I had three large umbrellas with diffusion.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm just going to try to fill all the spaces because it was a large set. It was a large garden.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, I was just like, you know what? I give up. I'm just going to go for something moody. We're going to shoot
simple
with a beauty dish and fill it.
Fill it, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, bro. I mean, the pressure is there, bro.
Nah, the pressure
is palpable. You feel that, bro.
So all right. So here's the shot.
Yeah.
All right. And let me. Okay, so I'm gonna put the shot up of the 3 lights. So I'm gonna show my testing and just show
Yeah.
I mean, some people may like it, but this 3 light one right here, this wasn't it. Yeah. So I'm saying, I'm looking, I'm like, nah, this ain't it.
You know what I'm gonna do too?
I'm hearing her sighing, and
we should put up the 3 lights that I use for Diamond also, just to show them.
Yes, exactly. And then
you
show
can
them
really struggle through
where,
yeah,
like what it ended up with. It's like for lack of better, it's like a dumbed down version. It's the most basic. Like you like, nah, bump that, bro. Like, yeah, forget that.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, so this is the 3 lights right here.
Yeah.
It wasn't it.
No,
you know what I'm saying? It wasn't it. I'm hearing her sighing. I'm asking Nate like, yo, move the lights.
Yeah.
The water. I'm looking at the water under leaking out. I'm like, bro, you know what? I ended up just bringing the large umbrella. I turned off the other 2 lights. I brought the large umbrella to her right side. So like I was going for like, you know, just a large passage of light coming from one angle, maybe like the sun or something like that to mimic that. And I ended up liking that. And that's what I just rocked out with that.
Yeah.
Did poses I thought, you know, she'd look good and, you know, she'd be comfortable with.
Yeah.
But yeah, they flooded the studio.
A lot went into the shot though. I mean, from
sure.
building out a basin to capture the water to hold it so it looked
painting
like
the
a
basin
pond,
with the blue paint.
Yeah. The
floral
design.
The floral design.
Yeah. Shots like this take effort, but they're always worth it, man.
Yeah, always worth it. Always worth it. As y'all can see, like this shot is crazy.
Yeah.
We haven't edited yet because she hasn't picked the images, but I'm thinking more than likely.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some AI.
Yeah.
In Photoshop and just kind of replace the water because the water, as you can see, you can kind of tell it's like a pool look. And that's not what we were going for. We wanted it to be more like a pond, a moody pond or a moody lake, that kind of vibe. So more than likely we're gonna use AI and just use generative fill to see like, you know, what they come up with. I'm sure they're gonna come up. Shout out to
Adobe, man.
Shout out to I'm sure they're gonna cook up something, guys.
Yeah. For sure.
Put some ripples in the water.
Yeah.
Things like that.
But it's crazy. I mean, it's like metaphoric because the studio flooded out and we got right into the upgrade. So it's like washing away everything.
Yeah.
And then starting out now to like, going through these rounds of upgrades. And we have a lot planned. And we've gotten a lot done during the week with the upgrades. Yeah.
I mean, I've only been here for, I missed 2 days of work.
Yeah.
I know you started off the work and, well, the first day you were doing the Valentine's Day setup. And then the second day was demoing the white wall, which is still unreal and insane because when we first got this studio, bro, that is one of the biggest costs we had. We was like, we need a white wall, need a white wall, need a white wall.
Because we put a psych wall in both studios.
Yeah.
And never did I think that I would get to the point where I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's get rid of it.
Yeah. But just to explain the logic, because I know a lot of photographers who rent with us are going to be watching this too. And I don't want them to think we're just like, doing anything haphazardly. Yeah. So the thought is, I think photography, and especially after the Christmas season really opened our eyes, photography and photographers are moving into very set heavy like shoots. Photographers generally just want to come in and, you know, have a setup they can maybe do minor tweaks to, add a prop here and there too. Yeah. But, you know, good to go. And they, you know, they can advertise that to their clients. Like, okay, I shoot here, they have this.
Precisely.
And we just saw an opportunity to really maximize the space in Studio A, because we had a lot of dead space and dead walls in there that were allocated to either the white wall, which have to admit wasn't even a good white wall.
I mean, yeah,
it was a terrible white wall,
terribly built.
Yeah, when we got here,
my dad,
and
my uncle.
Listen, won't go too much into that. It was a really bad white wall. So I feel like it really didn't serve. It even really hold the value because no one was booking Studio A for that white wall anyway. So it was two options. Either we redo it like we did B or we add a crazy set. And I just think it made more sense to add a crazy set. We turned that whole corner
into a bedroom.
Now.
Yeah, like I think a high plush pink bedroom.
Adds immense value to Studio A. So now Studio A, you're talking about, because you could call that set 2 sets in one.
Because it has a tub set and then
the bed side. So it's like Studio A has 7 sets. So I'm saying, and then for our flat rate that we charge all inclusive. Yeah, I think it was just like really giving our photographers like like a real gem, for lack of better words. It's like you have for this flat rate 7 sets in Studio.
I mean, you're able to come in, man, and make anything happen with this space now, bro.
Exactly.
Because overall, as a studio, we haven't lost our production capability because we still have the very, very heavy production capability of Studio B.
Studio B, huge psych wall.
But we created kind of a hybrid between a lot of our competitors because we have a lot of different studios in our like Tri-County region. Amazing studios with like run by amazing creators who have like really done great things with their spaces. And I think what we're doing here at our studio now is going to really give us an opportunity to create a ideal situation for photographers going forward.
Yeah, I think we've taken the best of like what most studios around us have
Yeah.
to offer and really put it in our studio. You have the privacy of booking, an entire room to yourself
Yeah.
and your clients. So you personal room, no one walks through, no one walks by.
Yeah.
And then you have the sets,
Yeah.
and you still have the crazy production capability of Studio B, big white wall, light
Yeah, and
boxes.
you have all the amenities of
Yeah.
having a hair and makeup station,
Mm-hmm.
private changing rooms, well air conditioned space. Is always clean. Our studio is always clean.
Check them Google reviews.
Yeah, check the
man.
Google reviews for that,
Yeah.
man. So I'm saying we spend a lot of time in making sure that we pay attention
Literally
to those
clean
details.
after every day.
Yeah. I'm saying clean between every booking.
Every
So
booking,
yeah. So I definitely think the upgrades that we're adding to the studio is gonna be great for photographers. But I mean, for sure, revenue wise,
yeah.
I expect to definitely see an exponential growth in revenue just off the capabilities now, and with the ways Peerspace as a company has kind of grown over the years. I'd love to see what our addition of sets kind of does for our business on Peerspace.
Yeah.
Because we really just started to use Peerspace.
To lean
believe it
into
or not.
Peerspace, and Peerspace have gotten us our really
Yeah, I mean, we made several
major-
thousands on Peerspace just in the couple months that we've been on there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Peerspace is, I think, to compete on Peerspace, you definitely have to have like either a studio with like major production capability and or the setups.
Yeah,
Because sometimes it's people renting Airbnbs that have a certain feel on
exactly.
there. Renting, certain outside areas that have a certain feel. So I think when you have the sets and the production capability, you're definitely competitive on there.
Yeah, I think right now what I would want, how I want photographers to perceive the space is that you're able to come in and get the best of both worlds, right? I don't want anybody to think they've lost their production capability because we've moved towards like having a lot of sets. But also understand that as a business, we're learning, we're growing every day, and we're really we're focusing on the needs of the clients that we service. And generally, we're just trying to, serve those needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything we do, there's no selfish intention. This is literally to just, make the studio better, how to better service,
And I mean, it's fly. The studio is fly,
yeah,
bro.
Nah, I ain't gonna cap.
It's crazy.
I ain't gonna cap. Once we put that last set in
Bro,
Studio A,
come on, man.
yeah.
Who is talking to us, man?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm saying we're stepping a different kind of way, man.
Yeah.
We're stepping a different kind of way because, and that was one of our major goals for 2024 is finally getting the studio to something that we're very proud of. I mean, we've always been proud of owning our space, but
we always felt like there was something
missing.
Yeah.
And now we've finally been able to go through and kind of check off every box that we want the studio to be, right? And another big goal that we've had through the year or the start of the year is to just lean into doing a lot of spec work on our photography side. So once we finish checking that box off with getting everything out the way for the studio upgrades, it's just more and more spec work, right?
More and more spec
Which
work.
brings me to I wanted to talk about the value in spec work, right? And kind of the benefits and why you should, do spec work.
I mean, spec work, I think it's super important. I don't think you can ever I don't even think you can even stop doing spec work.
Yeah.
As long as you aren't where you want to be at, right? Because I guess it's synonymous with the phrase "fake it till you make it."
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, spec work is super important. If you want to enter a certain space, target a certain audience demographic, the chances, if you haven't been doing that work, the chance of somebody booking you and you getting paid for it without showing it,
kind of low.
Yeah. 0 to none. You know what I'm saying? So spec work is important for for that reason itself. But there's a few things you have to consider when it comes to spec work to really get the most out of it, in my opinion. After doing a lot of projects, we've done spec work we couldn't even post.
Yeah.
We've done spec work that we've had to, throw out the window. We had spec work that has flopped.
Yeah.
And I think, after a couple of years, I think there's just a few things like, we look for when it comes to spec work and how to make the most out of it. The first thing I would say, like I said before, is just be sure that the spec work you're doing is what you want to be booked for.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Super important.
Super important. Simple, but super important. It doesn't make sense to do spec work, do something free. And you don't want to get booked for that in the long run.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's just like when we do our campaigns, we've come to an agreement that our goal is to do major campaigns.
Yeah.
So right now what we do is we show our capability. So I'm saying we show that we're capable of doing, major campaign work.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the second thing I would say is if you're collaborating with a local brand or personality, be sure they take what they do seriously.
Yeah. Very important.
Very important.
It'll lead to a big waste of your time.
Yeah. What you're gonna have in that event is people flaking, people canceling.
Yeah.
People going about the collab in a very haphazard way.
Yeah.
And then at that point, again, wasting your time. No brainer, of course, but you want to make sure that this project is your best work.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. I seen Chad Lawson post on the story this week. He was like, more photographers should take the time to plan their lighting prior to shoots.
Yeah.
I was like, facts. Outside of spec work,
It goes without saying.
Yeah, outside of spec work, you should be planning your lighting for your shoot.
Yeah, I mean the lazy approach of just like I don't know why run and gun a shoot when you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
They booked you 2 weeks in advance, month in advance. Like take the time.
Plan it. Yeah.
Exactly. So it just planning your lighting, planning your posing, leads to your best possible shoot. I swear.
Yeah.
Every time we have planned,
it has been something
poses,
spectacular that comes
lighting,
from it. Solid piece of work.
Always, create your mood board, create your vision board.
Yeah.
So the next thing I would say is be sure to get as many forms of content as possible. You want to get pictures, you want to get vertical videos, BTS footage, because you can almost look at it as like how a musical artist goes on a promo run.
Yeah.
Once they drop a project, you see mad forms of content
on different platforms. Yeah.
On different platforms, you want to make some noise. Treat it like it's an album. It's a project.
Yeah.
Lastly, if you can take advantage of Instagram's ability to do a collab post and collab with the brand if you can on a post, because that way you can tap into their audience who are going to be more than likely the people you want to target.
What's your point of view on like people who do spec work for example, if I wanted to do a shoot for Pepsi, right? And I just get up and I just buy a can of Pepsi and I just pretend like I'm shooting for Pepsi.
I don't see any problem with it, honestly speaking. Like, I think it's a very good idea.
What about how I present it? What if I like go on my Instagram like, did an amazing shoot for Pepsi this weekend. Thank you guys for trusting me with this. Like,
in the spirit of like, hustling.
Yeah.
And
you can respect it.
I can respect it.
Yeah.